Hi, Rob Linhart here in the Hazel's Wine Department, and here we go with Sunday specials for November 12th and 13th.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.
We've got three wines, three continents to talk about this week. We're going to start in Chile for the 2019 Tabali Vedas Blancas Sauvignon Blanc. Now, Vedas Blancas basically a reference to the limestone in the vineyard on which these grapes are grown, and that limestone is definitely going to have an influence. You're going to get that limey, almost saline minerality. That streak runs right through this wine from start to finish. On the palate, this wine will open up to classic Chilean Sauvignon Blanc. So it's got kind of a spicy note to it. Think a little bit peppery, if you will. Kind of leaning more in the fruit tones into a tropical side. I was getting a little bit of sort of unripe guava, kind of unripe pineapple. There's definitely a citrus component to be had as well. It had a surprisingly rich nose. Now, no oak on this wine, but it was suggestive of something like that. So perhaps a little lee stirring to give just a little plushness, a little roundness up front on the nose. But again, that mineral streak and this tight, bracing acidity will run right through this wine from start to finish. A classically styled Chilean Sauvignon Blanc. Next up, we're heading to California for the 2021 Hazel and Axe Cabernet Sauvignon. This has got California Cabernet written all over it. Up front, there's terrific ripeness in this fruit. You can smell the ripeness of this fruit. I was getting toasty notes. That's partly coming from the oak, partly coming from the ripeness. Good spicy component and almost fat. I was thinking about bacon fat, sort of a maple bacon tone to this wine. Very attractive on the nose up front. On the attack, on the palate, it's a little slow to open up. It's going to carry through a little bit like the Sauvignon Blanc with this firm mineral streak. But the fruit will come on this wine as it opens up, even in the glass, and we'll get into those classic red and black cherry and berry fruits, little hint of cassis showing through. As it carries through, and especially for me on the finish, the oak treatment here really comes through. The finish for me, the most impactful aspect of this wine. That oak comes, it plays with that fruit, and you get this big, blousy poof of oak and plushness on the finish that just doesn't want to go away. A very long, very strong finishing, classically styled California Cabernet. Last but not least, we're heading off to Spain. We're in the Northeast in Priorat for the 2018 La Cartuja. This wine is heavy on Garnacha, think Grenache, one of the classic grapes from that area, and we're going to get some of those beautiful, classic, red, sort of spicy, earthy tones in this wine up front. As it opens up in the glass, and it will be a bit slow, and in fact, I recommend a pretty aggressive decant here. Give it an hour at least, maybe longer in the decanter for this thing to really hit its stride. But when it gets there, complementing those fruits, especially those red fruits, it's going to start to show you some more of those great Priorat notes. Earth. Plenty of earthiness in this wine. Tar or smoke is definitely going to put a darker edge to that fruit. So it's going to start with that red cherry, red berry tone. As it carries through, those darker elements are going to start to make you think about blackberry, black cherry fruit. There is probably a little bit of oak here. There's some vanilla tones that kind of sneak through, but really, unlike the Cabernet, not dominating the wine here. Again, with a firm mineral streak. All these wines kind of show a little bit of that minerality. And as it opens up again over time, more and more and more detail will pop out of this wine. A terrific, great value entry point into this classic Spanish area.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.